I'm not even gonna bother with trailers since no one can hear it anyway. If they show Captain Marvel in the next trailer, they'll probably wait till after that. If they show Captain Marvel, oh, I see what he's saying. If they show Captain Marvel in the next trailer, okay.
Yeah, I would guess if they do release a trailer before the next Captain Marvel, before Captain Marvel comes out, it won't have Captain Marvel in it. They won't show a Captain Marvel in the trailer until after Captain Marvel
comes out. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, bro. Oh man.
Sorry, I think we're just both beat.
If I wasn't so damn tired, I might be able to function. Okay. I was like, why do I feel weird? I don't ever podcast with a freaking jacket on. Oh, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're getting more sleep than we are. But we're ready.
Yeah, we are. Let's do the damn thing.
All right, settle down. Okay, so I'm gonna move. Actually, I don't have to move anything around. We're good. Okay. Actually, I do. I just want to move this over here.
You need to move that ass.
Are you done?
Need to back that ass up.
Okay. There's a lot of ass talk out of you tonight.
I know, right? I think you started it with the fat baby's ass comment.
Yeah, I did. All right. Ready? Let me know. Everybody can hear us okay, I'm assuming. Okay.
I'm ready to assess the situation. I'm assuming that you're good to go.
It's just too much. Too many puns.
Are you embarrassed by
You're
me?
so stupid. Okay, here we go.
Ass.
I just was waiting for you to do it one more time. Anyway, hello and welcome to episode 151 of the Usual Podcast. Podcast that we discuss Star Wars: The Old Republic, the Star Wars franchise, and geek and pop culture. I'm your host Marshall, and with me, talking about ass, apparently, is my co-host Will. What's up, dude?
I'm your co-host and not your assistant.
Tonight you'll be my assistant. How about that?
Awesome.
And we're just sitting there enjoying our usual frosty beverages. What are you drinking? I wasn't gonna let you say another ass comment. Continue.
I'm drinking Blue Moon Belgian white style wheat ale from the Valencia orange peel stuff, and yeah, it's I like this beer. It's good, which is funny because I'm a diehard Dodger fan. Excuse me.
Where's
And
this going?
And Blue Moon is brewed in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. And when the Colorado Rockies started, this was actually the home brew for the stadium.
Interesting.
And it got so popular that they changed the name to Blue Moon, and it's gone national.
Nice. Little tidbit.
Little tidbit.
Cool. Awesome. And I'm drinking Stone's Scorpion Bowl IPA. It's the tagline is a punch to the stinger. It's a good beer. It's a nice IPA. We had a couple margaritas, or I had a couple margaritas earlier for dinner. Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks. I was out of town over the weekend. I'm just beat. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we're gonna power through this and talk about some SWTOR Star Wars and geek and pop culture. But before we get started, if you have comments or questions, you can find us at theusualpodcast.com. Email us at theusualpodcast@gmail.com. And we are on Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. I am at Darth Pops on Twitter, and Will is always at I am Will Griggs. iTunes, Stitch Radio, Google Play, Plex. Give us time. I don't know, ratings, stars.
5 stars would be awesome.
5 stars. 4. I'll take 4 at this point. And share us and tell your friends. It'd be great. You can support the show, teespring.com/store/usual podcast. It's not too late for Extra Life. We have a couple more weeks. They take them to the end of the year. So please check us out and support the kids. And we do have the timestamps in the show notes if you're not a SWTOR fan. We're going to talk a little bit about 5.10, 5.10, however you want to say it, tonight. Patch notes and stuff and all that.
Yeah, because we're actually recording on a Tuesday, so we're on patch day.
Tuesday. It is patch day. Neither of us have played the game. We've talked about what is upcoming already, but we have a couple other little tidbits and some guild news that we have to talk about too. So.
Yeah, I might try to get a little gameplay in tonight when I get home.
Nice.
Maybe.
All right, man. So
really quick, a little bit of housekeeping.
Sure.
Don't forget that I am moving soon. Which means next week we're going to be doing our year in review top 10 show like we did last year, which I think everybody seemed to like.
Yeah.
But after that, it's going to be a little bit of me not recording. I don't know if you want to bring in skiing or whatnot, but we're getting into the holidays anyway. So
Yeah, and we got to figure out. Since we've been a little inconsistent, maybe we should. Oh, we can talk about the Patreon thing a little bit.
Yeah, once I get settled in St. Louis, then we'll be able to be much more regular.
Yeah.
And I won't have a job, so I'll be
He'll be available.
exactly to spend pay more attention to Patreon.
Okay. Anyway, so thanks to everybody who's in the chat room. Got some familiar faces, Blay and Matt, and some other folks. So we appreciate you being there. Chime in, say hi, all that. So let's get to Oh, okay. First of all, Drinking Buddies, Eddie Zen, and Mr. Skeen, thank you for being amazing. Thanks for continuing to support the show. Xander's in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing? Let's get to Star Wars: The Old Republic first.
Yes, it's patch day.
Yeah, patch day. Really quick though. This is SWTOR fan news, I guess. Fan site sort of news.
Fan community, if you will.
Fan community, yeah. I have a link in the show notes for SWTORista's post on Twitter.
Exciting news.
Which is pretty darn cool. I'm just going to open this up real quick. And it says, big news, the SWTOR fan community, including, of course, SWTOR family, which we've been a part of for a very long time, has been accepted for a fan booth at Star Wars Celebration 2019, which is in Chicago. So if you're planning on going out there, I have the link in the show notes. It can find... So you can figure out how to get there, even if you're not going or not going into the convention and that kind of thing. So
right.
It's going to be really, 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 really cool. And I am super stoked that they made that work in an official capacity.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get up there because, like I said, I'm moving to St. Louis, and it's only a 5-hour trip by train or car.
Working class nerds. Thanks, man.
Hey. So I'm hoping to actually get up there to at least hit the cantina.
Yeah. I mean, look.
And hang out with our buds.
If I wasn't planning 47 trips this year.
I know, right?
Man, now that I've added the riding retreat with and I'm trying to go to that other one in Indianapolis in May, I just cannot make Celebration work. I love Chicago, though, and I will be, as people do with our events in San Diego, living vicariously through all y'all. So
yeah,
I will try to follow everything and hype you guys up when you're there. And yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. Travel safe and have a blast. It's going to be awesome. So before we get into, we have one more housekeeping SWTOR thing, and this is a big one.
It's a little bit of a bummer.
This is a bummer. I don't have a link for this, but this is more of a guild thing. As of basically the end of the year, we will, although the guild will be in place, the guild is not officially going to be running.
Yeah, it will not be an active guild.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who has been running the guild all these years.
Yes.
I could never. When I almost thought about trying to help you guys out. When you said you weren't going to do it, Elise was like, "I just can't do it anymore."
Yeah, for those of us that remember when we were back on Wound in the Force,
we
started our
Shadowlands.
In Shadowlands, we had the usual podcast guild, which lasted for all of about,
I don't know,
2
couple
weeks.
months, and then we latched onto these guys because they're awesome and all our friends were there. But look, it's been a really good run. We've had some amazing Extra Life events. It's been 5 years the guild's been running.
I know, right?
So officially the guild will be not.
Let's say dormant.
Dormant, yeah.
It still exists, but there's nothing happening.
Yeah, we'll still be in the guild. So on that note, a positive part to that is we are planning. Well, I'm trying to plan one last What's an Ops group run.
Perfect.
And we're shooting for next month in January. So I'll keep everybody posted. Look for me posting on social medias and stuff and listening to the show.
I will commit right now, if I am in St. Louis where I've designated Wi-Fi or internet connection, I will take part.
Well, we're going to try to...
If I'm traveling at that point, I don't think I can.
Well, that's one of the things. I want to make sure everybody's there, including you. But I want to make sure everybody who has been part of it is there in some capacity.
Exactly.
I want to make it a big deal. It may not run at the normal time. I'm thinking of maybe doing a longer session, maybe on a weekend or something. So we'll figure it out, guys. But it's been an awesome run. I love Unholy Alliance and Wookiee Mistake. We'll still be on wearing our tags.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because
we're just not actively recruiting and stuff like that
right.
anymore. But we will be missed. I will miss the people who no longer play the game for sure. But that's why we do things like San Diego.
Exactly. To really answer Working Class Nerd's question here really quick, no, we are not done with the game. We have not had a chance to play as much as we would have liked in the last few months because of real life crap. But I know I would like to play more, especially with the new update. It's just our guild is becoming dormant.
Yeah. And this is not a reflection on, I mean, we haven't been able to play that much lately anyway, but it's not for lack of interest. I'm really looking forward to 5.10.
It's mostly a reflection of the lack of content.
Yeah. And that's, and so anyway, not to, beat a dead horse here, but I will let everybody know about the last What's an Op Scoop run. We'll be streaming it. We'll be having a big old party, and it's going to be a blast.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, but thanks again to Jesse and Mox and JT and Elise and I'm forgetting everybody. But everybody who's been running the guild for this long and doing the events for Extra Life and everything else. It's been phenomenal.
Dude, their work for Extra Life is phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. So, anywho, on an up note, speaking of content, see what I did there?
Yeah, you did.
Game update 5.10 dropped today, like not too long ago, honestly. Sometime this afternoon it came up. Patch notes are up. I will go through very briefly some of them. It's not a lot different. Not a lot different. That's a good sentence. It's not too different from what we knew was already coming.
Right.
There's some bug fixes and stuff and some known issues.
Yeah, really quick with the whole bug and server coming up. It actually was dropped this morning.
Yeah.
And then it was up for like about an hour, but there were some issues happening, and so they took it back down for I want to say another 3 hours, and that's why it was late this afternoon.
For sure. And going back to what Working Class Nerds was saying, although I'm not done with the game, I haven't decided what I'm doing about Extra Life, because I've had some conflicts during that weekend for the last 5 years, and so I'm thinking maybe if I do Extra Life again, it will be just me playing games and not. Obviously, it'll be on my own deal and not part of the guild anymore. But I'll keep you guys posted. I have a year to think about that, but we're still raising money, of course. So
always year long.
Yeah, always.
Children's Hospital can always use money
for sure. Okay, so Jedi Under Siege 5.10. So we have new storylines in a daily area on Ossus. And the other thing about this, it says if your character has already completed the full storyline up to this point, a new mission will be added to your mission log automatically. Otherwise, any level 70 character that can acquire the new mission from a terminal aboard their personal starship. God, I can't remember the last time I've been on my starship.
I was actually on it the other day because I jumped on to do something with one of my side characters or one of my alts, and it hadn't picked up something, and it said you had to take the starship to something.
And if you try, there's some of those missions where it says take your starship to this place, and if you fast travel there, it says nothing happens. So you have to actually go to your ship and then travel.
Take your starship.
That's so funny. Anyway, Master Mode Gods from the Machine has also launched with this patch, with this game update. Guild perks. This is the big stuff, obviously. The guild perks have now launched various rooms of the flagship. These perks provide a range of benefits, which we've talked about in past shows. Guild leveling is up as well. So from doing Galactic Conquest, your guild now levels, and you can get perks to XP and CXP and reputation. Brand new guild interface, which I'm really excited to check out. Which
cool. It's all ironic that we're getting all this guild stuff.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's like, oh, cool, our guild is doing this and all new guild stuff. But anyway, Masterwork gear also from Gods from the Machine will be dropping. PvP challenge system, and this is between guilds, so you can track your records against guilds in custom Warzone, Arena, and Galactic Starfighter matches.
Cool,
which we've talked about, obviously. And of course, there's a double XP event as they normally do, which always usually gets me back in the game quite a bit during December, because I love leveling up alts and stuff like that. So and grinding CXP, so that's always fun. So that's happening, and that's going from December 20th to December 31st. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Starts the day I start my unemployment.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You'll have time. Sorry. All right, so there's a bunch of other stuff. I'm not going to go through every single one of the things here, obviously.
No, let's hit the known issues.
But I will talk about the known issues in a second. But one thing I wanted to highlight here is just a couple of guild things, which is cool. They've updated some of the guild member ranks. The guild description, like the daily thing, has been up to 256 characters.
Okay, cool.
Which is something that guilds have been complaining about. It's too small. And and then the price for a guild flagship has been decreased from 8 million down from 50. So
wow.
that means even smaller guilds can
Right.
get access to it, which is good. Let's see. The other thing I want to say, you can ban people by legacy. Guilds can now ban people by legacy, which is super
by
important.
tune, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last thing here is the conquest objectives have been added. These have been added to every conquest. Repeatable things like chapters and Eternal Championship and stuff like that. But I have a link to the show notes to everything. I'm not going to go through all of this, but and there's a couple bug fixes, some fixes to collections. Is that the dog? Oh no, that's you. And that's about it. So known issues. Some fun ones. These are always good. The map marker for Paxton Rawl inside the cantina is missing, so that's good. He's tough to find anyway.
Yeah.
Players who reject recruiting Nadia Grell are unable to get her from the command console daily, so that's a problem. Osis is covering the PvE space mission. So there's a PvE space mission that's covered up by the new planet
on
they
the
added,
map. That's
which
funny.
is actually really funny. And pressing enter in the guild window does not insert a line break. Osis daily missions are not shareable, which I feel like is a problem.
A little bit.
And the last thing here is companions who return through the Alliance alerts are showing up in inconsistent states in the companion and contacts UI. So some might be listed more than once. So that's good.
That's weird.
So you might think you have multiple companions. Anyway, so that's pretty much it, dude. There's one kind of cool thing that they did, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's really cool. It's a Jedi Under Siege state of the galaxy, and it's kind of it's kind of like a mission log by Lana Benico, and she's giving a status update to what's going on in the galaxy, but it changes depending on what you did on Iocath. So you can click the button and get the different stories. So it's like what's going on in the galaxy from your perspective, depending on the choice you made.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
Definitely worth a read. I read through it. It's pretty neat. And they also put a little caveat at the end because it's pretty long. Like I said, I'm not going to read it all. But they talk about what's going on with the Hutt cartel, the Jedi, the Sith, and what's going on in Zakul and all that, which is neat. And then they put in here with the actual post, they said, if you like this kind of thing, let us know, and they'll do more of it.
Yeah, wasn't this the stuff that they hired Courtney Woods over to the new position?
Back in the day?
Yeah,
back in the day, yeah. So I don't know who wrote that one, actually. I have to look into that.
Cool.
So, all right, buddy. So that's pretty much it for SWTOR. So some sad news, cool game updates coming. We'll have more next time we get together and talk about it and see what we think.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. So Star Wars section. We actually have some pretty fun stuff this week.
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah,
pew.
I'm not playing bumpers, obviously.
Pew.
Sorry, chat room. There's not a lot of you anymore anyway.
Pew.
We must have got raided or something earlier. There was a bunch of people in there a minute ago. Okay, so Star Wars section. Books. The Thrawn, new Thrawn book. It's called Treason. The novel cover is out.
Oh, cool.
And there's some details about it. And the novel cover is pretty badass.
You know, are they going to have maybe they'll have a Star Wars Celebration exclusive cover?
They may. I don't know.
Because, they with the last one, they had a SDCC exclusive.
Yep. So that's a pretty damn cool cover. I have a link in the show notes to it. You see Thrawn in the foreground, and of course, over his right shoulder is Emperor Palpatine.
Very
looking
cool.
Pretty awesome. And of course, written by Timothy Zahn. It's described as Thrawn has been one of the Empire's most effective instruments, pursuing its enemies in the very edges of the known galaxy. But as keen a weapon as Thrawn has become, the Emperor dreams of something far more destructive. So,
Ooh,
pretty cool.
definitely.
I am woefully behind on Thrawn.
I'm woefully behind on all Star Wars books.
I haven't been reading a lot of the books, honestly. I've been having to pick and choose because I've been reading a lot of really long, really epic books from other authors.
Yeah, well, I can tell you the last Star Wars book I actually read was, I think it was Heir to the Jedi, which is the Luke Skywalker one, where he learns to push the noodles.
The noodles. I love the noodles. They're so weird. Anywho, I'm looking forward to the Thrawn book. I have the other ones in my Audible. I just haven't listened to them yet, but I'm excited to check them out. So we have a ton of episode 9 news, but not news.
Right.
Episode 9 non-news. Haha.
There you go.
You like that? So Andy Serkis says anything can happen about Snoke's episode 9 return. Now, look. Okay, we've talked about this.
Okay, him coming back, I don't think they mean like it coming back in the mall sort of way
No,
with robot legs.
but what? Okay, so he's not confirming he's in the movie.
Right.
He's actually joking and making non-news from.
Right.
If you read the thing, it's pretty funny. But also, yeah, anything can happen. So what are they gonna do?
It could be a flashback. It could be whatever.
Yeah,
They
and it
could
could
use.
also be-
They could use already used footage from a previous film.
Yeah, or he could be some sort of Force ghost of some sort.
Yeah.
Although we haven't seen any dark side Force ghosts, have we?
Anakin, would you call?
Well, he converted at the end, right?
Yeah,
It's like a last minute confession before you die.
I know, right?
It's like, just kidding, I'm a good guy. Yeah, I'm a Force ghost. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, that would be interesting to start seeing dark side Force ghosts.
Okay, you're welcome. So there's a rumor. Well, not really a rumor. We might get some episode 9 footage this month, is what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
You don't think so?
No, we're still a year out, dude.
No. But it says, it's an unconfirmed report, of course. But it's saying Collider claims that fans should get a first look at a teaser trailer for the in the upcoming weeks. And this is from a tweet that some insider tweeted this. So,
Yeah, honestly, I don't think we're gonna get a teaser trailer until Star Wars Celebrations.
you think so?
Yeah,
They're gonna wait that long?
I think so.
I think they're gonna do the teaser before and then do a full length.
Okay, maybe, but it won't be that far before.
That's true. We'll see. The other rumor, obviously, is the Knights of Ren are going to make a return. Well, if they don't do anything with the Knights of
That
Ren,
is just lost opportunity.
come on. And I think, especially since it's JJ again,
Yeah,
it makes zero sense that the Knights of Ren wouldn't have something to do with this film.
exactly. I mean, that would just be a total lost opportunity.
Yeah. Rey is reportedly going to repair Luke's lightsaber for Episode 9, which I don't know if that's really
Didn't he just throw it over the cliff?
groundbreaking. I mean, yeah, he just threw it over the cliff. But then didn't he have it? No, but he was a force projection. What the hell happened to his lightsaber?
I don't know.
It didn't get broken, did it?
Oh, it might have when it fell off the cliff.
After he disintegrated?
No, when he threw it. Didn't he threw it over, or did she go and get it then?
I think she must have got it then.
Which lightsaber was she practicing on?
Oh, she had it. She
Yeah,
had it
she
in the
had
movie.
to.
Yeah. But did it break? Help me out, Matt.
I am drawing a blank.
Wow. We're terrible Star
God,
Wars
we really
fans.
need to rewatch Last
We need to
Jedi.
watch that movie. Okay, so Ed Sheeran, which is funny because I'm a Ralph Report subscriber, right?
Your general.
And I'm a 3-star general. And what's hilarious about that is he has this guy from the UK come on.
I've heard him. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's hilarious. He hates Ed Sheeran, hates him. And so anyway, there's supposed to be a cameo with him in it. She fought when she fought Ren over it.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. So anyway, it was broken in half, and that's right. You're right. I remember something breaking in half, but she'll repair it. It'll be fine. Thanks, Matt. Oh yeah, Episode 9 cameo. He's gonna be a stormtrooper, obviously.
Oh, obviously, but you know what's funny is we were talking about Game of Thrones during trailer time, and
Right.
he had a bit part in season 7.
That guy's everywhere. Okay, so there's a controversy around the Leia Organa thing in
This is so weird.
in Resistance. What do you think about this?
I mean,
All right, settle down, Matt. We're fine. We're very tired.
especially since, I mean, it's not like they were never going to use Leia again. I mean, she was going to show up in some sort of media.
But the girl got fired or something over this?
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Okay, so let me see if I can get a brief recap.
I mean, I knew it was recast, but
So it says, it says that Butera was possibly let go as a result of controversial video she released earlier this year that appeared to be mocking Christine Blasey Ford, who testified before a Senate Judiciary
I remember
Committee
that. Yeah, we talked
in
about
regards to assault. Yeah, we did talk about this. So
and they rehired her.
No, they hired someone else.
Okay, well, I'm all for that.
But but it was like a secret recasting, and I guess on IMDb the first person is still on there, and they're just trying to figure out in the credits who it's going to be, basically.
Gotcha. That's a SAG issue. That's really not any. I mean, it's our business because it is pop culture, but
Right.
that's who gets credit for what. That's all SAG.
Right. So this is actually interesting. I don't know. Did you ever watch The Americans? Dude, I'm tired too, but you've been yawning like every 2
I
minutes.
know. Sorry, dude. I've seen a couple of episodes, but I do know the premise.
Okay. So Rogue One prequel series gets the producer from The Americans as the showrunner.
Yeah, he's a good producer.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'm actually really, really looking forward to that live action prequel.
Oh yeah,
Just because
absolutely.
it's going to have all the, I mean, they can play with it so much and have so many other people come in.
Oh, absolutely.
You
You
know?
could definitely bring in a whole bunch of rebels. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
bring in resistance. You can bring in so much stuff.
Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Can we bring in Thrawn somewhere?
Thrawn.
All right, man. The Mandalorian. Apparently, there's some rumors around this. Gamorrean guards are spotted on the Mandalorian set,
Nice.
which I just love it. If there can be pig people on the screen again,
we need more pig people.
It makes me happy. And also, did we talk about this last week? Nick Nolte.
No, we did
Okay,
not.
so Nick Nolte was cast in the Mandalorian as well.
Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't say obviously who he's playing or anything.
No, of course not.
But God forbid they give us any actual information. But
Never happening.
anyway,
But then, of course, we'd be upset that they're giving too much information.
right? And then be like, I don't want to know. Okay, so in gaming, coming in late 2019, alongside Episode 9, is going to be Jedi Fallen Order, which we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we talked about. We knew it was coming out in 19. Now we have just more of a set time frame.
For sure. I know the last few weeks we haven't had a lot of Star Wars news, but I actually really think it would be kind of cool to start getting excited again for Episode 9.
Absolutely.
I feel like there's been a little bit too long of a lag. Rebels is over.
And neither one of us are really catching up on Resistance.
And Resistance, I've watched a few episodes of it, which I'm going to go back to. I just haven't had a way to watch it.
Yeah, the most recent season of Lego Star Wars is going on right now.
Right.
Called All Stars. Yeah, it was just poor marketing that they released Solo in May. Solo should be coming out now,
Right.
and it should just be every year.
It should be, but I guess this goes back to the other conversation we've been having. Is every year too much, or did we get used to it and now they're dialing it back a little bit? To where, well, we have so next year we have a lot of things happening. Disney streaming service. We've got
Right. No, I don't think one a year is too much, especially because they're not all following the same storyline. I mean, Marvel puts out 3 to 4 a year, so
right, but
it's
we also have the controversy over the anthology.
right. Well, I
deals as
think
well.
I think the whole thing that caused this problem, because I don't think Solo was a bad movie. I think it would have been done better if it had been, because you could tell the Disney was already pulling back on it before they even released it.
Right.
And I think the biggest issue is that they only had a 4.5 month turnaround,
Right. That's true.
and
It was way too quick.
way too soon. I mean, that's why you had a little burnout on it. If they had waited till now
Mm-hmm.
and had it come out as a December release again, there'd be so much hype going for Solo
There would
right
be.
now.
People would be amped. Yeah. I don't know, man. Any other thoughts on where we're at Star Wise wise?
No, yeah, I think it's going to give it a new birth with the Mandalorian.
Yeah. I mean, more live action. I think if they can take, and my thoughts lately, especially in light of The Mandalorian and then the Rogue One prequel and the streaming service, obviously that's going to blow that out of the water. But if they can get a caliber show like I don't want to say a Game of Thrones, but if they can get something up there with the CW shows and that kind of thing,
What
I think
they
it'd be
really need
good.
to do is get away from the big three.
Yes, they do.
So get away from the Skywalkers,
Mm-hmm.
get away from Leia, get away from Solo, because we saw that Rogue One on its own played brilliantly
Yep.
because it was a good movie with a good story with characters we had never met before.
Right. And then also we get, and you're right. I mean, with Rebels, you had, of course, the inklings of Skywalkers in there. You had Leia
Right,
show
you
up
had
every once in a while. You had the
Little
droids.
touches, but
I just think getting away and telling these darker stories, telling things like The Mandalorian, focusing on the Hutts,
yes,
stuff like that would
exactly.
be really badass. You know?
Yeah.
What else? Anything else? I don't know.
No, I'm cool.
Cool, man. All right, last section. Usual roundup time. I cannot. Okay, can I just tell you that this next thing I'm gonna say is weird and I hate it. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
All right, let's hear it.
Disney Plus.
Yes.
I'm having a hard time even saying this.
Just spit it out.
Sister Act 3 is in development for their streaming service.
Yes, I'm okay with this.
Come on, bro.
No, not that
It's
I'm a huge Sister Act
25
fan.
years later.
No, I'm not a huge Sister Act fan. I mean, they were all right.
And is Whoopi going to be in it again?
Oh, probably.
Oh, my God. What is she, 1,000?
The thing is this is kind of where you knew
What the hell is Matt talking about?
Disney Plus was going to be going with this, because Disney always loved their directed video stuff. I mean, like Return to Jafar and, Patch's London Adventure for 101 Dalmatians 2, stuff like that. But now they can do direct sequel stuff like that with stuff from their vault that is minimal cost with possible major reward.
And I guess with a possible, I guess, embedded fan base that's waiting for a Sister Act 3.
Well, I guarantee you my sisters will see it. My mom will see it.
It's got to be more than 10 years since the last Sister Act, right?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, you're looking, late 90s.
Matt's
early
saying
90s.
10. Maybe he's talking about something else still. Anyway.
But the thing is that you have to remember, it's like Netflix. They don't have to say how much the budget they're giving this stuff, because
That's true.
they don't have to worry about with that. You don't have to worry about it making $100 million in its opening weekend anymore, because they can put it on the streaming service and have it run 52 weeks out of the year.
And I don't think about that very often, but like the sheer amount of the volume of shows that Netflix puts out, first of all.
And that's why, is because it doesn't really matter it matters quality, and because they do spend money on really quality stuff, and they get Emmys and stuff like that.
Like I said, that show Altered Carbon,
right?
It's
but
phenomenal.
They also put out a lot of crap, and the reason why, because they don't make their money off of any individual show.
True.
They make their money on subscriptions.
Yeah.
So to get subscriptions, you need content,
Right.
because they're not going to watch Altered Carbon 20 times in a row.
Good point.
What you need is all these different shows. I mean, that's why they do a whole bunch of stand-up shows.
Yeah.
Because they give stand-up comedians so much money, because those are rewatchable.
And those,
I can't tell you how many times I've rewatched Eliza Schlesinger stand-ups.
yeah, her stuff is great. I love the stand-up shows, and yeah, there's a couple. I don't know. Have you watched the Adam Sandler one, the new one?
The 100% Fresh. I want to, but you said it was good.
It's pretty good, man. I think we were talking at dinner last time. It's not even like stand-up the whole time. It's more like him singing and doing weird things, but it's definitely good.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly good, actually.
Which is funny, because I was actually disappointed in the last Chris Rock one that he did for them.
And I didn't watch him because I haven't
called
really
Tambourine or something like that.
Yeah.
It was not. It seemed, for somebody like Chris Rock, who's always seemed to have his finger on the pulse of racial disparity, it seemed supremely tone deaf in the Me Too movement.
Well, and I'm concerned too, because there's a I don't know, like the last Joe Rogan one. I usually like Joe Rogan too, but I had the same.
He's definitely becoming much more, especially in the wake of Me Too.
Mm-hmm. But the new Trevor Noah one was really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That one was really good.
Everything Trevor Noah does is good.
Great. Okay.
And actually, Matt makes a really good point here, that they do want you to like it, because they make so much money on Stranger Things merchandise now.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, they can do so many shows like Stranger Things, Altered Carbon. They come out with all these. They made the show called Insatiable with, I think Emma Roberts was in it or something, and it got panned. Everybody hated it.
Right.
But the thing is, they can make 20 of those as long as one Stranger Things hits, and they make so much money on that on the back end.
And that's what I was thinking about when you were saying that earlier, is if one or two hits, they have the merchandising stuff they can go with. And I wasn't even thinking about Stranger Things, but that's a perfect example. The amount of Stranger Things stuff we saw even at San Diego, and stuff like that.
Funko and all that stuff.
Yeah,
all that licensing money.
Mm-hmm. All right. So news: Golden Globes 2019 is going to add in anime.
Yeah, which is very cool. It's funny. The Golden Globe nominations came out this last week, and it just didn't seem the Golden Globes more than the Oscars tends to have the same sort of thing I said about Chris Rock. They tend to have their finger on the pulse of what mainstream likes more than just Hollywood, right? That's why I am shocked that they did not nominate a Quiet Place for anything but score.
Oh, I want to watch that. I still haven't watched it.
Because it is brilliant.
Yeah.
That kind of got fixed. I think it got a couple nominations at the Critics' Choice Award nominations just came out, which is funny because First Man, the movie by Damien Chazelle, who did La La Land.
Oh, yeah. I heard about
it
that.
has Ryan Gosling and it's about Neil Armstrong. That got 0 Golden Globe Awards nominations.
I heard that was good, too.
But it got 10 Critics' Choice Award nominations.
Interesting. All right. Well, I threw this in here because I thought it might be worth talking about. We got the Game of Thrones final season. Got its first teaser.
Right. We watched it during trailer time, so you can go to patreon.com and see that. And
I'm stoked about it. I think I wish it was gonna be more episodes, kind of.
Yeah, but you gotta remember we had
they're gonna be like almost feature length.
Right. I think we had 8 episodes last year.
Right.
Or last season. And it was 8 episodes and they were all between 60 and 65 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
This one we're looking at 6 episodes of 90 plus each, I think.
Yeah. They're gonna be
so we're gonna actually I think have more runtime. But honestly, why I think they did this is because they pay their one of their biggest costs is cast.
True.
And they pay per episode. So by making fewer longer episodes,
they're getting their money's worth.
Exactly, because I think they're paying the main 5, I think, which is Lena Headey, Nicholas Costa-Waldau, Peter Dinklage, Kit Harington, and Emilia Clarke. Those 5 all get paid $1.1 million per episode.
Right.
So if you're doing an 8-episode season, that's $8 million you're paying them, as opposed to a 6-episode season, you're paying $6 million. Mm-hmm. That's a big difference.
True. Is Halima coming on? Yeah. We might be able to coordinate something like that. That was funny. Okay, so what else we got? Oh, do we want to talk about anything else we were watching? We just did a really long run of Netflix stuff we were watching.
Yeah. What are you watching?
Not much. Oh, we've been really busy. I've been watching a lot of documentaries and stuff. But the other thing, obviously, we're watching Doctor Who and Big Bang and those kind of things. But there was something else we watched recently. You talk about what you're watching, and I got to think about
Well,
something.
I'm keeping up on some of the newer shows and stuff, but I'm actually going back and watching the entire catalog of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, I need to do that.
And I'm almost done with season 4 now, so nice. I have a couple seasons to go.
I'll watch some tonight.
And they're almost done with season 7, and I've watched everything this season. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Yeah,
I love the Jokers. They're fantastic. And actually, I was going to bring this up a little bit later, but one thing you and I really need to get back into the Berlantiverse.
Yeah, we do.
Because I'm behind all of last season. You're behind all of last season, most of last season, plus almost all of Supergirl,
and half the season before that, I think.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because they have their big crossover every year, and I didn't even watch last year's Crisis of Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
The crossover is going over right now, and it's called Elseworlds, and it's getting their best ratings in a long time, and there's so much news coming out of it because we have the first viewing of Batwoman.
Right.
Plus, it confirmed that Batman exists in this universe.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick, dude.
And so, I really need to catch up on this so I can catch up on Elseworlds.
The problem is now, I don't know if it's because I'm getting busier and I'm older, but it's harder to. Excuse me. It's really difficult to find the time to focus down on shows. Like Kate and I, what we were watching the other day.
Well, I mean, with Berlantiverse, it's 4 shows now, so that's 4 hours a week you got to put into it.
Exactly. I'm just trying to. There was seriously something we got into that we watched, and maybe it was a movie. Oh, we watched a movie. We watched. Damn it! we watched that. Outlaw King.
Oh, how was it?
It was awesome.
Did you see Chris Pine's peen?
Huh?
Did you see Chris Pine's peen?
Dude, can I just tell you? there was some shit. That movie was amazingly cool. But I love stuff like that. It was dark and really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what I was trying to remember. That was a neat film.
Matt brings up Killing Eve on Netflix. And is it Netflix or is it Amazon? I can't remember, Matt. But that's the one with Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
And she got a nomination for the Critics' Choice Awards.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna. One of the things I'm gonna watch between now and the next time we record, because I think I'll have a little time, is I want to go back. I'm gonna watch Castle Rock.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I started the first episode, I think, and I fell asleep just because it was in the middle of the night. But then I haven't been able to go back to it. But I really want to watch Castle Rock because I'm a big Stephen King fan, and I want to see kind of how they tie all that stuff in. I love, obviously, Bernard, even though I haven't been listening to Fat Man on Batman, but
excuse me, Fat Man Beyond.
Fat Man Beyond, excuse me. But I really love him, and I want to support his writing, and I know that show's going to be good.
Yeah.
So. All right. So Bad Boys 3 is going to bring back Joe. I don't know how to say that. Pantoliano, the police captain.
Just call him Joey Pants.
I mean, he was great.
Oh yeah, I love him in everything.
Every time he showed up on the screen, he was hollering at him. He was spitting. He was so mad.
I mean, he's great in Bad Boys. He's great in Matrix. He's great in Bound.
Right.
He's great in Memento.
I love it. Yeah, he's good, dude. He's good. That's gonna be great. And then, of course, Disney is bringing their Kim Possible series to live action, which we watched a trailer for in trailer time.
Right.
But hardcore fans of the show are really upset there was no naked mall rat in the live action trailer. And I didn't watch enough of the show to know what the reference was.
No, there's this little mole rat that went around with what's his name?
Oh, with her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think there's people like really, really upset. But cry about it?
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
what I said.
You just ruined my childhood. Okay. Screw it.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. And then I love this because we've talked about this. I think in the entire run of our 4 years, almost 4 years, it'll be 4 years next month, of us doing this show, Wesley Snipes, we've been talking about coming back to do Blade.
Constantly wants to do Blade.
And I think somebody was hitting him up on Twitter, and he's like, well, that's up to Marvel, but my teeth are still sharp. And I just love stuff like that.
I thought he was a good Blade.
He was a great Blade. And I think with all of these other things that Marvel's doing, if Homeboy wants to do it, put him on TV.
Yeah, Blade was the best
do
Marvel
a
movie.
short run show or something.
Yeah, Blade was the best Marvel movie before the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And to be fair, Snipes ain't doing anything.
Not much.
He's just sitting around waiting.
He's waiting for somebody to write another active war script.
Right. Okay, so there's this little back and forth between NASA and Marvel with the
awesome.
Avengers thing. I don't know if you saw this, but I just loved it. So there was a couple tweets. NASA suggesting, and this is a link from the Nerdist. NASA suggesting how they could save Tony Stark. So he says, "Hey, at Marvel, we heard about Tony Stark. As we know, the first thing you should do is listen in Mission Control for at Avengers. We have a problem. If he can't communicate, then we recommend ground teams use all resources to scan the skies for your missing man." And then they come back and say, "What's the other one?" And Marvel says, "Oh, appreciate any help you could provide." And I just love this. And then they send this picture. Did you see this picture? The thermal operations and resource in parentheses Thor officer is truly one of Mission Control's mightiest heroes. And there's like a little hammer leaning on a plaque that says Thor with an American flag on it.
That's awesome.
I love stuff like that, dude. I love that NASA has a sense of humor like that. And I just, I don't know. I just thought that was a lot of fun.
That is fun. I mean, and actually, this is a little side note, but speaking about Thor, Brie Larson came out and said that she thinks Captain Marvel could pick up the hammer.
Oh, yeah. I think she could pick that hammer up.
Probably.
I think they should make out a little bit, too, but that'll be fine. Two gods playing with a hammer. Wow. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so as I stated in trailer time, I have a link in the show notes just because if you like Kevin Smith reactions to things, he watches the Avengers trailer
basically means tears.
Twice, talks over the whole thing, and cries a bunch. It's a pretty good watch. It's about 8 minutes. So check that out. It's pretty funny. And then the last thing I got to talk about is these Miles Morales shoes.
Are they cool looking?
Oh my god, dude! He gets his own Air Jordans. Come on. Look at this. You got like webs where the red is.
Okay, that's pretty darn cool.
That's pretty sick.
Speaking of which, the new Into the Spider-Verse movie comes out this Friday.
Exactly. Which obviously he's out promoting.
Right.
It's the box has the logo on it. The shoes look sick. I just think this is so awesome.
You know, I think my favorite thing about Into the Spider-Verse that isn't getting as much play in the press is that Nick Cage voices Spider-Man Noir.
What?
Yeah.
Nick
you know,
Cage?
You know the Spider-Man
love
that's
him.
older and he's all black and he has like the fedora and everything. That's Nick Cage.
That's gonna be great.
Spider Noir.
Spider Noir. All right, man. Are we good?
I think we're good.
All right, so thanks for tuning in to The Usual Podcast. If you have comments or questions, you can find us at theusualpodcast.com. Email us at theusualpodcast@gmail.com. And, of course, we're on Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm at Darth Pops on Twitter, and Will is at Admiral Griggs. Find us on all your favorite podcatchers and support the show any way you can. teespring.com/store/usualpodcast. Obviously, audibletrial.com/usualpodcast and patreon.com/usualpodcast. This is the best way to support the show, and we'll have some changes coming up here likely soon-ish. So hang in there. We still do blooper reels and trailer time and everything else.
Yep.
Not much is changing yet, but with Will leaving for a month or so, we will have to rework some things. But thank you to everybody who's been supporting the show. And I don't know, man.
You're phenomenal. You make it possible for us to have a fun.
Oh, and we are having a fun.
Yeah, we are.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
That was better. It was more subtle. I'll give it to you. You're stupid. Okay. All right. Thanks, chat room. Matt, you're hilarious. Nick. That's funny. All right, dude. Thanks for joining us this week. We appreciate it. Will is already gone. Oh, Ben. If you're sick, you better get the hell out of here. Well, obviously, this room's a freaking mess. Anyway, we should probably have this conversation off air. Thank you, everybody. I'm not staying. I'm leaving. Matt, no, it has to happen. It's happening. Anyway, thanks for joining us, dude. We will talk. I will see you all on the flip side, the flippity flop, as you will. Later.